Welcome to Storied Audio. Chloe didn't leave because she stopped loving him. She left because she finally realized love shouldn't feel like walking barefoot across broken glass. The last argument had been the kind that shakes something loose inside a person. Not loud, not dramatic, but cold. The kind that makes you see the truth with painful clarity. So she packed a small suitcase, grabbed the first jacket she could reach and walked out the door without looking back. No plan. No destination. Just escape. By the time she reached the next town, her phone battery was dead, her stomach was empty, and her heart felt like a bruised fruit. She wandered until she found a small diner glowing like a warm ember in the dark. Inside, the air smelled like coffee and cinnamon. She slid into a booth, unsure if she could even afford a meal. That's when an older woman with silver hair pulled into a loose bun, approached her. "You look like you've had a rough day," the woman said gently. Chloe tried to smile, but her voice cracked. "Something like that." The woman bought her some soup. Then she sat across from her, studying her with the kind of eyes that had seen storms before. "My name is Margaret," she said. "I own a few rental properties around town. I could use help cleaning them. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work. And I've got a spare unit you can stay in if you need a place." The offer hit her like sunlight after weeks of rain. Chloe nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks. "Thank you," she whispered. And just like that, a stranger became her lifeline. The rental unit wasn't fancy. Small, a little dusty, but safe. Safe mattered more than anything. She started working for Margaret the next morning, scrubbing floors, washing windows, repairing whatever she could. The work was tiring, but it grounded her. It gave her purpose. Over the next few weeks, Chloe and Margaret grew close. They shared coffee in the mornings, stories in the evenings. Margaret never pried, but she listened when the woman finally opened up about the relationship she had fled. "You're stronger than you think," Margaret told her one night. "And you deserve more than what you left behind." For the first time in a long time, she believed it. One afternoon, while Chloe was wiping down the kitchen counters of one of the rentals, the front door opened. "Mom? Are you here?" A tall man stepped inside, dark hair, warm eyes, confident posture. He looked like someone who had his life together. Someone who didn't raise his voice to win an argument. Margaret beamed. "This is my son, Daniel. He's in real estate too. Came to check on me." Daniel turned to her and smiled. A real smile, not the kind people force out of politeness. "So you're the one helping my mom," he said. "She talks about you all the time." Chloe's cheeks warmed. "I hope she only says good things. Only the best." They talked easily, naturally. He asked about her work, her interests, her favorite places in town. She found herself laughing, actually laughing, something she hadn't done in months. Margaret watched them with a knowing look, the kind only mothers have. Later, when he left, she said softly, "You two would be good for each other." But the woman's stomach tightened. "I can't. I'm not ready." Margaret didn't push. She simply squeezed her hand. 2 weeks later, there was a knock at her door. When Chloe opened it, Daniel stood there holding flowers. Simple daisies, her favorite. She hadn't told him that. Somehow he just knew. "I was wondering," he said, "if you'd like to go out with me tonight." Her heart leapt, then immediately recoiled. The memories hit her like a wave. The shouting, the accusations, the fear of disappointing someone, the fear of trusting again. I can't," she said, voice sharp with panic. "I'm not ready." Before he could respond, she shut the door. Coldly, abruptly, cruelly. She pressed her back against the wood, breathing hard, hating herself for the look she'd seen in his eyes. Confusion, hurt, and something like disappointment. He didn't try again after that. And Chloe told herself that was for the best. Weeks passed. She worked, she cleaned, she tried to move forward. But every time she saw Margaret smile at a text from her son, her chest tightened. One evening, Margaret came home to find Chloe sitting on the couch, face buried in her hands, shoulders shaking. "Oh, sweetheart," Margaret whispered, sitting beside her. "Tell me." Through tears, she confessed everything. How much she liked Daniel, how safe he made her feel, how she pushed him away because she was terrified of repeating her past. "I hurt him," she sobbed. "And I didn't mean to. I just panicked." Margaret wrapped an arm around her. "My son is nothing like the man you left," she said firmly. "He's patient. He's gentle. And he's got a good heart. I raised him that way. If you care for him, don't let fear make your choices. Chloe hesitated. But what if I'm not ready? Then he'll wait, Margaret said. But you have to give him the chance to. She told her where Daniel worked. And that evening, the woman found herself standing outside his office building, heart pounding, hands trembling. Daniel stepped out of the building just as the sun was setting. When he saw her, he froze. Chloe swallowed hard. I'm sorry, she said. For the way I acted. For shutting the door. For hurting you. He didn't speak, just listened. My last relationship, it broke me, she continued. I'm scared. I'm scared of trusting the wrong person again. I'm scared of losing myself again. But I didn't push you away because I don't like you. I pushed you away because I do. His expression softened. He stepped closer, gently taking her hand. We can go as slow as you need, he said. But please, don't shut the door on us again. Her breath caught. Her fear loosened. Her heart opened. She nodded, tears shining in her eyes. Okay. He smiled, warm, relieved, hopeful. And that was the beginning. Not of a whirlwind romance. Not of a fairy tale. But of something real. Something patient and healing. And something she finally believed she deserved. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.